Welcome to my No Man's Sky Permadeath series, and here we are guys, we're up on the main growing floor of my base. I thought I'd just give you a quick update before we go off and do some general exploration. What I've done is I've planted this whole floor up now with the gamma root, and wow, I know I can make 8 lubricant, but I'm hoping that I could probably get to 10 or 12. Now it takes 8 of these plants to make 1 lubricant, and I think 8 comes up to about here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, another 3 on that side, and of course it's symmetrical, so I've got another 3 on here. So maybe I'll get up to about 12 or 14 lubricant per cycle. But what I will do is fine tune this once I actually work out exactly the right combination. Then up on this floor, what I've done is I've made a change, because of course this floor is not quite finished yet. Is originally I had the copyright in a hemisphere, but what I've done is I've brought the copyright up to here now, and what I will do is add these to balance the gamma root that's being grown on the lower floor. I've also now completed the area for growing solarium in. The fungal mold over here needs a bit more polish. I'm not too sure how much of this I actually need, but I've got this area growing here. So things are looking pretty good. If I just go out the quick way here through the holographic door, still haven't got all my holographic doors in place. I'll just show you. Oops, I've just landed right on top of a... How come I took double damage landing on top of a ship? Bit unfair. Well, seeing you here guys, I'll just trade please for our ancestors. Thank you. Let's see if he's got anything here that I can buy. I mean, I have been getting thallium. Yeah, I'm a bit low on thallium. I think I'm also a little bit low on carbon. I mean, this is how I've been driving the planting process. Wow, we can take 600 carbon. We're going to go off and do some exploration because I'm very low on arable, but we can do this if necessary. I can shove the overflow into one of my vaults, so it's not the end of the world if I have too much. The rate I'm consuming resources, I'm sure I will need it eventually. And this is the extra hemispheric planter that I've put out for the moment, just to balance the overall planting at the moment. Eventually I will get it sorted out. Whether this remains, you can see I've put some copyright in here just as a temporary measure. And of course it's a very good tip here guys, in the sense that if you're running a bit short on storage and you've got surpluses of resources, sticking them in as plants can act. Not only can they produce extra copyright, I mean, I suppose I could harvest this. I say not only can they produce the extra copyright or whatever you're growing, it also means that you're keeping that resource in a form of storage, which could prove useful. So that's a little bit of a quick tip there guys. And I think this can shove this in the Colossus just to show you what the Colossus looks like. Colossus I'm using as a mixture at the moment of being a store and a production area, and what I'm producing in this area is mainly circuit boards, acid. I've got a little bit of lubricant left over, which I'll use to make my own living glass. And just to round this section of the video off, what I've got around the front of the building, I've shown you this before, and that is I've got enough frost crystals across the front here to produce 8 lubricant per cycle. And because this is every 15 minutes, means I've got more than enough frost crystals to finance my living glass production. Anyway guys, I think that's enough to be showing you around guys. There's not much else to see, because what I'm trying to do at the moment is just focus very much on getting my cash cow planting, which is the living glass, set up. Then after that I will move over to polishing my high level production, and once that's settled down, well, we'll see. I can probably go back to decorating the details, putting in vanity plants and items within the base. I say I probably won't actually ever finish. If I know me, I'll be always tinkering, swapping out and changing things. But I thought in this part, just to show you, see I've got a little bit of space. I think my starship's okay. Well, starship's getting a little bit full, but I think we'll be okay. And just to show you, as you can see, I'm down to only 20 marrow. I really need to do something about the marrow situation. I mean, I've got some space for some carbon, so I could shove the carbon in there, and I got some thamium. Shove the thamium in there. I'll bring that back. That keeps that full up. And I thought what I'll do is, rather than go back to my rich system to get marrow, I think we're just going to do a bit more exploring on these planetary systems. This is something I want to do a bit more of now, is get back to exploring the planets. We've got something right in front of us. Lifeless planet. Oh, this is going to be useful because I think is it Snafu said that if you go to lifeless planets you can get thamium. I think he said thamium. So we're certainly going to go down and check that out. A little while since I've been to a planet that doesn't have very much. So we'll start this process off checking this out. Of course, in theory, there should be no bases on this planet. So we can just literally go and put down anywhere. Well, this probably looks as good as anywhere else. Can't see any resources. Going to maybe if we fly across a little bit, and what we can see. Oops, it's done very well for crashing into things today. There's a cave back there that could be useful because we do need the marrow bulb. So we just fly back this way. There's some caves around here. Oh, area not clear. Okay. Go round for another park. Actually, there's something over there. I think we're just going to land here and we'll see what we can find. I mean, if that's iridium, that could be useful. That's aluminium. I think I've got loads of aluminium actually. Plentiful resources, likely elevated strain on life support systems. Yes, well, I think I've got more than enough aluminium to be going on with. Oh no, I've only got just over 1,000, so maybe. So I think maybe we can grab a little bit more. Look like there's much. Anyway, I'm just going to grab a little bit of aluminium, guys. I think that's enough. What have we got? 250. I think that'd be enough. They don't use that much aluminium really compared to other resources. Let's throw out a scan. Wow. Plutonium and thamium that way. So I think we'll just set off in that direction. And I think if I snag the plutonium while I'm looking at it, it means that if necessary I can call my ship and I won't cost me that much. So we're just going to come here. As Phil Silver's pointed out, I don't clear up all this. Yeah, sometimes I leave little bits and pieces behind, but that's the nature of the game. And of course it's now getting dark and I can't remember where that thamium was. One advantage is if it's getting dark I will be able to find any arrow bulb if there's any around. Doesn't look like it. I suppose with my luck I've probably landed on a part of the planet that doesn't have much in the way of resources, because of course this is a procedurally generated environment, so everything is random. It's not been very nicely placed by a developer, And this is something about starter planets as well, where when you first start out a new game, the planet you get is totally random. It's not like some friend. Looks like there's some marble down there. Yeah, it's not. Oh, great. I'm quite good at hurting myself at the moment. Yeah, it's not like some friendly designer has said this is going to be the starter planet, and we're going to make sure that there's all the necessary resources laid out to get the player started. This is with No Man's Sky. It's very much you get what you're offered, and sometimes you strike lucky. You get loads of resources, especially if you're playing like Permadeath or great, it killed me now. What the heck? What's trying to kill me? So I says if I put the light on. There's no lash plant here. What's going on here? Anyway, let's just see me exploring the cave, and I've now got my light on so I can actually see what I'm doing. Must admit, I tend to forget all about the suit light in this game, because normally you can see enough just from the ambient lights. You don't normally have to. Not that I need the iron, but I think we can just keep wandering through. It's good enough, I think. And as I say, I do need the marrow bulb, so I suppose wandering these caves is going to solve my marrow bulb problem. My what we call it has gone down. Okay, but I've got loads of thamium, so shouldn't be a problem. And just going to rush all through here. And so while I'm wandering through, guys, again a big thank you for all your comments and feedback and opinions. I can tell that multiplayer is going to be a bit of a Marmite situation, in the sense that there's going to be people who are going to love multiplayer, and there's going to be those who are going to absolutely hate it, especially if it's got PvP. What I will probably do, and I think I touched on it when I was replying to a comment, is I will see how the options are and how the actual multiplayer plays, if that makes sense. It's not quite out, and that will depend on what playthrough I start once the next update comes out. If multiplayer allows you to experience all the game elements and it just doesn't drop you into some combat area or something like that, I might start a multiplayer. If there's been lots and lots of changes to the starts, like new text, anything like that, which I will do a single player. And if they're both equally balanced, what I'll probably do is, obviously we're all going to be interested in any new features, new missions, tasks, especially related to the Atlas Path and the Traveller, because of course the Traveller storyline that was introduced as part of the Atlas Rises update is quite substantial, and if they make changes to that, I would certainly want to redo that. I don't think there's much up that way. Yeah, I certainly would like to redo the Atlas Rises and all that, and what I may do, if have been big changes to that, what I might do is start the single player, see how the multiplayer element goes if it's a separate mode, and then from a social multiplayer level, because obviously we'd all want to see the new avatars, is I might start a kind of secondary multiplayer one, and I think the theme will be then is because obviously most of the action, assuming that it still follows the current galaxy structure, would be probably in the Euclid galaxy. So what I would probably do is play the single player the way I normally do, is go out and explore, maybe go towards the center of the galaxy via a visit to the rim of the Euclid galaxy, and then what I will do is have the multiplayer will always stay in the Euclid galaxy because that's where most people are going to be, and the top the multi-player tool up, that in there, got the carbon. Yeah, so that's the way I will probably do it, so that we've actually got the benefits of, well, two. It's probably the best way of saying, yeah, of the two campaigns. But of course, this one will keep going, because if there's any advanced game features that I want to experiment with, I will probably do it in this one. That assumes that the next update will be save game compatible. I think if it's not, there's going to be quite a few upset people, but then that's the way it goes, because at the end of the day, I know from my own software experience that a game or piece of software gets to a point where, how can you say, to take it forward, you've got to start again and make changes which aren't backward compatible. And I think that's one of the reasons why sometimes, well, you've got things like CK2 where they completely revamp the game and it's no longer compatible. Looks like the surface is just ahead here, so that's great. Yeah, so Hello Games may be in the similar situation that to deliver everything they want, they may have to create a situation where it is not save game compatible, which would be unfortunate, but yeah, I think that's the way of the world. Right, we've done a lot of walking. I haven't got more plutonium over there. Not finding any thamium as such, but that's okay. Let's work towards that plutonium and keep exploring for the moment. And I think I'm going to call my ship actually. Only going through a lot of thamium at the moment, or life support. It's going to come here. Yeah, so pretty bleak here actually. Nice sky visual effects though, which I quite like that actually. Let's pull back a bit and oh yeah, I think that's going to be the fun now. Get up a bit. Yep, I've stuck off that. So, yep, the ship's 2 minutes away, but we're going to go for the quick option, I think, guys. So, yeah. I'm just going to jump in, and we've got the power cells there. See, so what I can do now is use. Oops, how many power cells? That's one of the hazards, guys. I only use the one. One of the hazards is that if you click on the a block of power cells, it will use them all up, including part power cells as well. That's something you need to remember. Of course, we need to top that up to take off, and that's going to use up some more. So we're going to have to top that up again. I think what we're going to do, and I've actually got no idea when I actually started this recording. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to go up to the base and we'll get a mission and see where it sends us. Right, so let's get up over here and see what we can do mission wise. Okay, Enforcer, whoever you are. Talopa. Browse missions. Could deliver an item. That would be something simple. This would be... trouble with these is, I mean, that's 50,000. The problem is... how can you say... These may be a little bit tricky. Because that we may get something that we have to go and find. Nanite clusters. Okay, let's go for heavy freight. I mean, if it's something that I can't... Polychromic zirconium. As I was about to say, if it's something that I haven't got, and it's outside the system, okay, and we haven't got any polychromic zirconium, and we probably won't be able to buy it here either. I can guarantee it. It's more of these big fiddler crab type explorers. I think we're just going to go out and explore another planet. As I say, I don't have enough marabulb to actually go mining kelp at the moment. I think that's what I want to do. Thank you. You ever notice the freighters always seem to do that when you come back out? Wait. I think that was a water planet, if I remember correctly, wasn't it? So, because I certainly would like to do a bit of kelp mining. I haven't done any for a long time. Right. Now, I'm pretty sure this is planets we got. Looks like we've done 3. Like this. So let's throw a scan at that one. That's a Forsaken planet. Okay, we're going to go to a Forsaken planet then. This will probably have no bases on it either. But we might as well do it just for completeness, guys, just to check it out. And maybe this is where I'll call the part once we actually visit. So there's a good chance. Yeah, I think what we're going to do, guys, we'll go here, check this planet out, and that's where I'm going to call it for this part. So there's a good chance we may not actually investigate any bases, but it's a little while since I've looked at these, what you can almost say, uninhabited type planets. Oh, here we go. We're going to be fighting. Yes, I know. I mean, I could have used the chip, actually. Yeah. Interloper, you recollection your group. Result in your obliteration. Apply. We're going to alert the authorities. We've got a defense chip. Great. Right, let's take out the heavyweight one first. I might as well use the defense chip. Wait. Yeah, I don't want to. Oh wow, that was quick. I think I was a bit over focused on that one. Okay. I'm pretty sure by summoning that chip, it's almost like they multiplied in size. Okay. Oops, firing at random. Well, I don't think I'm getting that much help from the local authorities. Yeah, I'm not convinced I got that much support from the defense chips. Actually, it'd be quite interesting to completely lost that planet. I've spun around. Yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see how the defense chips actually work once we get to multiplayer. Right, there's the planet. Initiating approach. This one looks a little bit rougher than last time. If we can find somewhere with some caves, so carry on looking for marrow bulb at the very least. Flying across the surface. And there seem to be much here, is there? There's some iridium there. Rezzed in a little bit late. Landing spot not clear. I think maybe we'll go for where that iridium is, because I could always stock up on a little bit of iridium. Give me a reason for landing. Okay. Yep, thank you for that mission. Absent, standard, barren, devoid, but we got a cave there. And we got some iridium, we got some, not a bad first location. Yeah, picked up. Just gonna throw out a scan. A little bit of thamium over here. Probably won't justify the collection, but probably gonna be on the wrong side of this rock as outcrop. Yeah, we got one piece of thamium. Great. I don't think these planets are as productive for thamium as they used to be. I mean, I think before you could land on a planet like this and they'd have a great big mass of thamium all over the place, but I think they nerfed it, didn't they? So it's not as useful as it used to be. So we'll just pick up some iridium. I mean, iridium's relatively easy to buy. I mean, if you know, a lot of trading stations sell it, but might as well just. And it's also very easy to mine as well, as you can see here. But I mean, especially once you've got a decent multi-tool where you can shoot at range. I mean, in the early game when you're just struggling to survive, finding iridium is, well, I think it's a matter of life or death. It's actually. I think what we can do is shove that high capacity. In fact, I think what I'll do is I've got an extra slot in the high capacity that can go there, so we can shove that in there for the moment. Right guys, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the cave again and check a few things out. Actually, let's just scan that. That should give me iron and aluminium. Okay, some more marrow bulb here. And I suppose one thing you can say is that with these airless forbidden planets is that if you can find the caves, the marrow bulb is a pretty good way to actually get things done. Just going to drop in here. Yeah. So I'm just going to mine out the marrow bulb. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Certainly going to get. They might be a good option to actually fulfill that requirement. Got the range now to actually pick this marrow bulb up. Have a little watch there. I think there'd probably be another one tucked in there. Yeah. Let's say this is the easiest way to actually gather the marrow bulb is to work in the dark, because it literally just quite gives itself away. Scan a little bit as well. Some nitrogen there. In some ways I'm finding that I'm getting enough nitrogen from the actual plants doing things like this. I don't actually seem to need to go and harvest nitrogen as much as the other, how do you say, the other elements like sulfurine and radium. Been going through a lot of radium recently, but that should change. Let's grab that. Another marrow bolt there, and there. This looks suspiciously like this cave is coming to an end. There's a bit of marrow bulb in the end there. Of course, what I've got to do now is find my way out. Because what I could do is just follow the path of darkness back to... see, the iron is shielding the marrow bulb, but never mind. Bit of aluminium. Sentinel over above me. Quite rare as that is as well. Oh, go away. Hey, that is not fair. Now the problem I'm going to have is the fact that I've lost the other. Oh, there it is. Oh, they've actually gone inactive, so I think I need to make sure my mining beam is up to maximum. I don't want to get bounced by Sentinels. I think I need to get out of here, guys. So I'm going to find a way out of here. I mean, if push comes to shove, I can always blast my way out, tunnel my way out. It looks like I've got a bit turned round in here. Ah, there's an entrance there. So. Okay, the problem solved. Yeah, it's quite rare to get bounced by Sentinels like that deep in a cave. Near the entrance, yeah, but for them to come in like that was a little bit unusual. Anyway, guys, I think this is going to be it for the video. In fact, yep. Sorry, another digression, guys. I think what we're going to do is get this ship, and I'm just going to get back to the go to the freighter. That can go to, no, that can stay there. That can go to the exosuit, so we can sell that and get rid of it. And my launch thrusters, yep. And what I'm going to do is just to show you the base with everything all built back up again. Say that mission's going to be a bit of a bust and it's going to irritate me. So I think what we'll do is go here. I think with that, actually, I just noticed could do. I think we're just going to upload everything here. Don't really want to name any of these planets. Right, guys, change of plan, because, and I'm sure most of you spotted it, even if I didn't, because I can be a bit target fixated, as I mentioned in the past. It seems that I was actually giving some polychromic zirconium by the guy who set that mission up, so it seems that I could quite easily have actually did this mission. So what I'm going to do is just to clear this off, and I've gone the wrong way. In fact, what I can do is go in and sell the junk. I've seen I'm coming this direction. So yeah, apologies for that, guys. As I say, feel free to tell me that I need to up my game a little bit, and well, I'm sure some of you might have put that in already. Yeah, it's gonna sell off, get rid of that tropium, and we can sell off the neutrino modules. And what I want to do is actually just finish that mission off, so that it's not hanging around annoying me, because otherwise I might end up selling that zirconium. So, and we've actually completely explored this system, so maybe it's time to move on, and maybe being sent to a random system would be fun. You never know what we're going to find. So what we're going to do is just go here, loads and loads of freighter fuel, so it should be okay. Current mission, there it is. Yeah, I mean, it's got a... It should be okay, guys. Deliver the polychromic zirconium to a secure depot. Thank you. And this will be an introduction to the new system that we're going to explore. And this is going to be a little bit of a theme until the next update comes out. I want to do a lot more exploration. My base is maturing now, and I will, and if you guys are interested in my base layout, I promise you that that will be at the beginning of the next video. I will, and hopefully I will have actually filled in a bit more detail from there. So saying okay, don't worry, we'll check out the space station once we deliver the goods. Just going to go there. Like we're on another coal planet, and maybe there'll be a water planet in this system, and we can actually gather some kelp, because that's certainly on my to-do list. Anyway, guys, let's just get down and I'll do this deliver goods. This is definitely a coal. Look at that, there's actually a base up there. That's quite rare to see a base like that, but then this is down below, and nothing there. Okay. Oh, this is a GEX system. Okay. Right. Interact with Galactic Terminal. You have found the client's secure lockbox. Okay, deliver one polychromic. Thank you. If there's anything of any interest, what? Sell. Let's see. The ship I'm more interested in. No, still no really good prices here. Okay. I don't want to sell the rocks. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect anything there. Get some Ragnox and some gold. I think we're by the Thamium. Just to be there. Got iron spheres, zinc. Okay. Suppose we could just go and check out. Got on here. Not really that interested in all those. What I'm really interested in is antimatter. There's a couple of pods over there, so this actually looks quite a good place to start and exploring, actually. Wow. Okay. Oh wow, we'll do it just for completeness. I'll redeem myself for missing that mission completely. This is actually a radioactive planet. I thought it would be a cold planet, but never mind. Suspension fluid. Yeah, well. Restore the health. Because my general health has taken a little bit of a bashing in this part. Got a Gek charm. And I won't cash the mission in because I think you guys know what the type of reward I'm going to get. I think what we will do is go over and check that base out, and maybe I'll mark it for exploration. Okay, that another Gek charm. Oh, that's great. I mean, could always give one of these charms to these guys, but nah, I'm not going to bother. What we're going to do is flip over to that base. So I'm a bit worried that I'm starting to get a little bit long on this video. Too many distractions, so I'm going to come here. I know I could have walked there, but we're going to be a bit lazy, guys. I actually haven't visited an abandoned building for a little while as well. And this might actually be an abandoned building. So I've got loads of plutonium, so okay. And yep, okay, let's just land. There's like a dinosaur type creature there. Species. Yeah, this looks very suspiciously like an abandoned building. So I haven't visited one for a little while, so just go in and there. Hello. Right. As it goes without saying, and of course you can't shoot those things. Returning for user identified, terminal now active, unlocking data log and continuing analysis. The comms hub detected a garbled message, sent a strange resonance qualities not unusual given to the atypical qualities of local space-time. System spent several cycles attempting to reconstruct missing elements. Okay, analysis indicators. Get through this. This is analyze data log. I discovered something coded deep inside the log left there that aid me in my journey. Oh well, we got some nanite clusters. So we're just gonna wow. That can certainly go to the freighter. I'm certainly going to have a little bit of a tidy up. That can go to the ship. Actually, this can go to the ship as well. Get charms can go to the starship as well. Don't really need them, so we'll probably sell all this stuff off. Grab another power canister. Let's go and check out the back. There might be a back entrance out of here. Famous last one. Luck. Come off it. You can't actually get the gun to shoot those. It says you can, but you can't. So that's a bit of a flaw in the game. Well, nothing else. Getting plenty of nanite clusters here. And we got another little zap on the way out as well. And we're probably going to get another one here, and you can't seem to be able to avoid them. It's not like you've got a dodge capability. It's a chrysonite up there. So you're going to take that. That's got its uses. And I'm certainly going to pick up all the chrysonite. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Sorry it's been a bit just wandering around, and feel free to point out that major failure with that mission. But that's me, and you're always going to see it. I'm always going to miss something, but that's the way it is. So all I can say is until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.